Hi and welcome back to a new video. Today we should be seeing how to paint rocky mountains. So for the base coat, we'll take in some black and some Prussian blue. Mix them all together. Of course I have some white mixed up there which I used to paint the sky. And I'm using a modified filbert brush today to paint this. Maybe more of black. And let's come right over here. Let's drop in the peak of that mountain. This is the base coat, which is very important, plays a crucial part. Let's sort of drop it in like that and wiggle. Okay, something about like that, and block it in. And over here too, we will just sort of make it a bit crackish and make it look very uneven. Let that get blended with the color of the sky. Okay, something about like that. Now we'll go ahead and paint in another mountain that is even nearer. Okay, pretty much same colors but more of black this time. And let's block it in from here. Make sure you go above that mountain there, if at all you're painting two overlapping mountains. Have some sharp edges there on the mountains so that they look crackish. Still using that same old brush. And let's come over here and try to refine some of these edges a bit and make them look even crispier rather. Let that come into the painting like that. Let that come into the painting like that. And let's create some variations. Okay, so now these two are completely dry. Let's go with some highlights and midtones. So I'll take in some white on that same old brush and some orange to add in some flavor and warmth, and some yellow ochre. Least little touch of yellow ochre. Okay, fair enough. Tap it. Now we have to decide the angles of the highlights. So let's assume that the light is coming from the right today. And let's go ahead. Look at that. Tilt the brush in certain angle and just tap it very lightly to create that rocky textures or texture of rocks. Maybe at the top it will get even crackier, and as you come towards the bottom, they get a bit mistier. In most of the landscape scenes in which I've seen, this is what happens. Take in some more paint and let's drop it in right over there. Tapping it very lightly, that is the key over here. This is pretty much similar to that of painting foliage, but the technique is a bit different. The pressure you apply over here is a bit different. Okay, create some sections, different blocks. Okay, something about like that. Look at that, it's that easy. And on the opposite side, we don't want this to be exactly at the center. Like you don't want this part to be in the shadowy side and this to be the highlight. So what we'll do is we'll create another interesting highlight texture in the center or in the middle, but follow the angles and also follow the directions. That's equally important. Let's go a bit over here too, just a bit. And on the opposite side, let's make it a bit interesting. So I'm gonna tap it just like the way I tapped it on the highlight side. But here I'll do it with very little pressure because I want some textures. And I'll tap it, that'll get converted into shadow and some midtones. Yeah, we need some transitions between the shadows and the highlights. So we are looking for some midtones over here. You get that midtone when that highlight color blends in with the base coat or the blocking in color. Okay, something about like that. And for this foreground mountain, let's create something more interesting. Let's drop in something like that so that it gets distinguished from that of the background. And let's create some more parts and subsections over here. Create that roughness there. Look at that, with just one brush you can do a lot of things. You can make foliage also in that. But over here the angles and the directions matter a lot. Look at that, just sort of making use of that excess paint on the brush and converting that into some highlights. Another piece of mountain there. Look at that, it's that easy and it's that interesting. Connect these two together, make them look like one single piece, or make them look like they were in one single land. Okay, now if you want to add some grass, you can add in some if you want. So let's take in some orange, yellow ochre, sap green and lime yellow, and let's drop in some grass action right over here. Turn the brush. I'm using a fan brush to paint the grass, this type of a grass. Okay, this makes it look even more interesting and natural and helps blend the ground with the rocks and helps blend the grass with the rocky mountains. So this acts as an intermediate between the land and the mountains above. Okay, so with this I come to the end of this lesson. I hope you've liked it. Subscribe my channel for more, and thanks for watching.